they push it harder.
I'm Julie Johns in downtown Los Angeles, where protesters have shut down the streets. That story coming up next. Authorities are cracking down on drivers who use their cell phone because of 3 recent fatal crashes. I'm Julie Johns in the Crenshaw district, where I go one-on-one with history, and I'll have those details coming up next. The police are calling this case a suicide by train, but the family says it's possibly something different, maybe even murder. I'm Julie Johns in downtown LA, where police hope the video on this disc will help catch a vicious thief. Kia has recalled more than 145,000 cars and trucks because of faulty brakes. But government officials say that's not all.
Reporter Julie Johns is at the protest with the story. Julie?
That's right. I'm in Pershing Square, where protesters are here today demanding justice in the Trayvon Martin killing. And this is what they call their Million Hoodie March, Part 2.
No more stolen lives!
They shouted, they marched, and they demanded justice.
No justice!
These protesters are calling for the arrest of George Zimmerman, the self-appointed Sanford, Florida neighborhood watch captain who shot and killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin.
We need something done.
Protester Dante Johnson says it's hard not to stay angry. What gets you riled up about this? What is bothering you mostly about this case?
Because nobody's doing nothing about it. They're just going to let him kill the little dude for no reason.
Protesters call this multi-city demonstration the Million Hoodie March Part 2. It was sparked by the shooting, which Zimmerman claims was self-defense.
We're building this kind of movement today, sisters and brothers.
But protest co-organizer Petta Lindsay says it's just a part of a long pattern of injustice.
I mean, I know that I'm angry and many African Americans are angry because if it had been a white child who was murdered that day, somebody would be in jail. But the police did not arrest George Zimmerman because the system does not value black lives.
This is not just specifically about one child's life. This is about the lives of children and adults all over this planet, and particularly in this country.
There's another demonstration scheduled to take place next week around Los Angeles. I'm Julie Johns reporting. Back to you, Jay.
Okay, Julie, thanks for that report.
Hey, LA, welcome to Tinsel Talk. I'm Julie Johns, and we're here at the Red Tails premiere, where fans are lined up to take flight. High-flying action from World War II as the film Red Tails hits theaters nationwide. At the Rave Theater in LA's Crenshaw district, stars like Nichelle Nichols and Robert Guillaume fill the seats to get an early look at the film that chronicles the battles of the famous Tuskegee Airmen.
It's overdue, and it's right on time.
It's an important part of the history of Black Americans, and I think it took too long to get here, but I'm glad it finally made it.
But the real stars were the airmen themselves, like Colonel Lewis Hills. What does it feel like to be here tonight to finally have your story told?
It feels great. It feels overdue. It was an attempt made in '95 when we did the HBO movie, but I think this is a good one, and it's telling the story to the public that they should have known all along.
We have a right to fight for our country.
Set in 1944, Red Tails chronicles the personal, military, and social battles the African-American pilots fought to gain respect. Based on true events, controversy surrounded the film after co-executive producer George Lucas criticized Hollywood investors for shunning the movie because of its predominantly black cast. But co-executive producer Charles Floyd Johnson says the movie rises above racism.
They beat impossible odds, and I think it's not just an African-American story, it is an American story, and that's what I love about it.
As for the reviews, the stars gave it a thumbs up. What did you think of the movie?
Oh, I loved it. Performances were wonderful.
The action was just wonderful, and I was so proud of the actors in that film. They were all consummate.
Now, this was the U.S. premiere. Next week, Red Tails hits theaters worldwide. Reporting for Tinsel Talk, I'm Julie Johns. He's violent, dangerous, and a thief. That's how LAPD detectives describe this robbery suspect. The man was caught on surveillance camera after robbing this store in Little Tokyo and viciously attacking 2 store employees, leaving this woman severely bruised on her face and neck. Susan Tanaka describes exactly how it happened.
This way the show, this way and then this way the show. 4 or 5 times, 4 times. And then punch 2.
The attack happened on Friday around 4:30 in the evening at the SK Iuta clothing store. Police believe there may be more victims in this area, so they released this video hoping someone will come forward with his whereabouts.
I was so shocking, this morning. Just scary. Yeah, that's never happened. So I was very, very shocking.
When he struck one of the clerks, he really hit her quite violently on the side of her face.
The suspect is Hispanic, about 5'10", weighing 200 pounds, and he was last seen wearing a dark jacket, tan pants, and brown shoes. Detective Jack Richter calls him dangerous and unpredictable.
Really, it was mindless violence. The clerks themselves would have easily given up their property, and it was pretty sad. So we want to catch this guy.
The store owners in this area say that this is one of the safest communities in the city, but now they're planning to hire an armed guard just to patrol this neighborhood. From downtown, I'm Julie Johns, News 25 LA.